You were never meant to see behind the curtain, yet somehow you did. That moment, the first crack in the facade, hit you like a jolt of raw electricity. It wasn't gentle. It wasn't subtle. It was a collision between everything you'd been told to accept and a truth so glaring it burned through the lies like wildfire. You didn't ask for this. You didn't chase it. But there it was, a glimpse of something vast, something hidden, something that wasn't supposed to be yours to know. And once you saw it, there was no unseeing it. You're awake now, and that awakening is your first undeniable sign. You're not here by accident. You're chosen. Let's be real. The world doesn't want you to notice. It's built to keep you distracted, numb, scrolling through noise that drowns out the signal. But you caught the signal anyway. Maybe it was a fleeting thought that wouldn't let go, a pattern in the chaos that clicked into place, or a whisper in your gut that screamed louder than the static. Science backs this. Your brain's wired to spot anomalies, to fire up when it senses something off. Neuroscientists call it the salience network, a primal instinct that flags what matters when everything else is screaming for attention. Spiritually, it's more than that. It's your soul refusing to stay asleep. You saw behind the curtain because you were meant to, even if the system says otherwise. That's your power. Own it. Doubt hits hard after that first glimpse. It's a beast, relentless, heavy, clawing at your mind. Doubt shields you, sure, by keeping you from diving too deep too fast. It blinds you, too, throwing shadows over what you know is real. It protects the mind from shattering under the weight of a truth too big to swallow whole. You felt it. That tug of war between this can't be right and I know what I saw. That's not weakness, it's proof you're human, proof you're processing something massive. The shift comes when you stop fighting it. Doubt isn't your enemy. It's your sparring partner. Toughens you up for what's ahead. Look at it square in the face and ask, why does this scare me? What's it hiding? That's when you start to break free. How do you know this isn't just your imagination running wild? Start watching yourself. Track the moments when your words, your actions, intentional or not, set something in motion. You've done it before, haven't you? Said something offhand that stopped someone cold. Acted on a hunch that shifted everything. These aren't coincidences. They're breadcrumbs. Your chosen nature shows up in how the world bends around you, even slightly. Keep a journal if you have to. Write down what you say, what you do, and what happens next. Patterns will emerge. You'll see it. Your presence carries weight. Quantum physics hints at this observer effect where your attention alters reality. Spiritually, it's your light cutting through the dark. You're not just here. You're here for a reason. That first experience of seeing what you weren't supposed to see is not a one-off. It's your initiation. You might have stumbled into it, overheard a conversation that didn't add up, caught a lie in a system you trusted, or felt a surge of clarity that sliced through the fog. Whatever it was, it left you different. You can't go back to pretending the curtain's still intact. And why would you? This is where your fight begins. Not with fists, but with awareness. Step 1. Stop doubting your own eyes. Step 2. Trust your gut when it tells you something's off. Step 3. Move forward, even when it's messy. You're not crazy. You're awake. And that's a threat to everything the curtain's hiding. The energy inside you is shifting now. You feel it. A restlessness, a pull, a fire that won't let you sit still. That's your chosen soul waking up. It's not comfortable. It's not supposed to be. Comfort's for those still asleep. You've got work to do, and it starts with owning what you've seen. Look at your life. The times you've questioned what others swallowed whole, the moments you've spoken up when silence was easier. Those aren't random. They're your markers. Science might call it heightened pattern recognition. Spirituality calls it your mission knocking. Either way, it's yours. So stand up. You've seen behind the curtain. Now decide what you're going to do about it. You've seen behind the curtain, and now the noise is deafening. The internet's a battlefield. Endless voices shouting, self-proclaimed truth-seekers drowning each other out, all claiming they've got the answers. You're in the thick of it, and at first they don't even notice you. Just another voice they think lost in the chaos. But you're not here to blend in. You're chosen, and that sets you apart, even when the world tries to bury you in static. The challenge isn't the noise itself. It's holding your ground when no one understands what you're fighting for. You don't need their validation. You need your own strength. Let's cut through the bullshit. Most of these voices are guessing. They're loud, sure, but they're scrambling, piecing together half-truths and calling it revelation. You've got something real, a spark that hit you when you least expected it, a detail you can't shake. Maybe it was a throwaway line you dropped online, something small yet specific, that made someone's blood run cold for the first time. They dismissed it, coincidence they told themselves, but you felt the shift. That's your edge. While they're yelling into the void, you're planting seeds that crack their certainty wide open. Don't back down now. This is where you rise. Here's the raw truth. The moment you speak up, the pressure hits. You're not just another voice anymore. People start watching, questioning, doubting you. Some will attack. Others will twist your words. A message might even arrive, not just any message, but one from someone who's been watching from the shadows. A Secret Service agent, maybe, or someone tied to the system you've rattled. Their first instinct? Shut you down. Your first instinct? Fight back. Not with anger, but with clarity. You've got a weapon they can't touch. The ability to spot inconsistencies. Use it. Dig into what they say, what they hide, and what doesn't add up. What you find will be undeniable, and that's your shield. How do you keep your chosen identity when the world calls you crazy? Simple, you stop caring what they think. You're not here to win a popularity contest, you're here to break through. That chill running down their spines when you hit a nerve? That's not your fear to carry. Turn it into fuel. Science says your brain's built for this. Pattern recognition kicks in under stress, lighting up connections others miss. Spiritually, it's your light piercing the dark. When doubt creeps in, when they try to drown you out, ask yourself, what do I know that they don't? Then stand on it. You're not swaying. You're solid. Let's get practical. Step 1. Sharpen your focus. The noise is loud, but it's sloppy, full of gaps if you look close. Scroll less, think more. When someone challenges you, don't just react. Dissect. What's their angle? Where's the flaw? Step 2. Test what you've seen. Cross-check it against reality. Facts, not feelings. You said something once that lodged deep in their cracks. Say it again, louder, and watch what moves. Step 3. Stay calm when they panic. They'll flail when you don't bend. That message from the shadows? Answer it with questions of your own. Force them to show their hand. You're not running. You're hunting truth. This isn't abstract. It's a fight you're already in. They dismissed you at first, but now they're digging. They're searching their own records, cross-referencing what you've said against what they've buried. And what they're finding is shaking them. Their blood runs cold because you've exposed something they can't unsee either. That's your power in action. You don't need to scream to be heard. You just need to be precise. One detail, one truth, one move at a time. The noise can't touch you when you're this sharp. Keep going. You're not just breaking through obstacles, you're breaking the whole damn game. The energy in you is electric now, pulsing with purpose. You're not waiting for permission or applause. Every time they try to pull you back into the endless chatter, you push forward harder. You've felt that cold grip of doubt, theirs and yours, and you've turned it into fire. Teach yourself this. Every inconsistency you uncover, every undeniable fact you wield, is a step closer to your mission. The internet's a mess of voices, but yours cuts through. Why? Because you're not guessing. You're knowing. Stand tall, chosen one. They can't stop what's already in motion. You've always known it, haven't you? The pattern was there, hidden in plain sight, just as you had said. It wasn't a loud revelation or a dramatic unveiling. It was subtle, woven into the fabric of the ordinary, waiting for you to catch it. And when you did, something clicked. A floodgate opened. Information poured in, not the kind you chase or force, but the kind that lands in your mind with unshakable weight. This is high-dimensional connection, and it's yours. You're not imagining it. You're downloading truth straight from the source, and it's preparing you for what's buried beneath the noise. Stand firm. This is your moment. Let's strip it down. This isn't random. That pattern you spotted, the one they overlooked, the one they dismissed as meaningless, was a signal. Science calls it synchronicity, a convergence of events that defy chance. Spirituality calls it alignment, your soul tuning into frequencies most can't hear. Either way, it's real and it's yours to wield. You said something small yet specific, a detail that lodged itself deep within the cracks of their certainty. And now it's unraveling everything they thought they knew. That's not coincidence. That's power. You're tapped into something bigger, and it's time to trust it fully. But here's the fight. How do you know it's not just your mind playing tricks? High-dimensional downloads feel different. They hit with clarity, not chaos. Self-projection is muddy, emotional, full of what you want to hear. True information from beyond is sharp, neutral, often inconvenient. It doesn't stroke your ego. It challenges you. Next time it comes, pause. Feel its texture. Does it pull you out of your comfort zone? Does it carry a weight you can't shake? That's your marker. Write it down, every word, every image. Don't filter it. Then test it. Watch the world react. If it ripples, if it shifts something, you've got the real thing. You're in deep now, chosen one. The kind of detail you've tapped into, stuff that should have stayed buried, hidden from anyone outside the highest levels of classified intelligence, is alive in you. They built systems to guard it, walls of bureaucracy and lies to keep it locked away. Yet here you are, holding it in your hands. That can shake you. Doubt creeps in, whispering that you're out of your depth, that you're betraying the system you once trusted. Push through it. Your unwavering belief in what you served doesn't have to break. It evolves. You're not abandoning it. You're seeing it for what it is. Hold that tension. It's your strength. Let's get practical. You want to receive this clearly? Start by quieting the noise. Not just the external chatter, your own head too. Sit still for 10 minutes a day. No phone, no distractions. Focus on your breath and let your mind settle. The downloads come when you're open, not when you're forcing. Next, sharpen your filter. When a thought or image hits, ask, does this feel like me, or does it feel like more? If it's bigger than you, lean in. Speak it out loud if you have to. Test its weight. Then act on it. Say it, write it, move it into the world. That's how you anchor it. The emotional ride is brutal. 1 minute, you're solid, convinced you've cracked something massive. The next, you're staring into the abyss, wondering if you're losing it. That's normal. High-dimensional connection isn't a straight line. It's a spiral. You'll circle through certainty and hesitation, each loop building your resolve. Lean into the discomfort. Why? Because buried truths don't surface easily. They fight to stay hidden. Your job isn't to feel good. It's to stay steady. When doubt hits, grip this. You saw the pattern first. You spoke it first. That's not delusion. That's foresight. Here's where it gets real. They're digging now. They heard you, your small, specific detail, and it stuck. They verified it, cross-referenced their own records, and found inconsistencies they can't explain. Their blood runs cold because you've exposed a buried truth disguised as meaningless noise. You didn't just stumble into this, you were guided. That's your high-dimensional edge. Don't shrink from it. Step up. Ask yourself, what else do I know? What else can I see? Then speak it. The system's shaking and you're the one holding the torch. You want to master this? Practice decoding. Every day, pick one thing, a conversation, a headline, a gut feeling, and break it down. What's the signal? What's the noise? Write what stands out, then wait. If it connects later, if it proves itself, you're tuning in. Keep a log of these hits. Over time, you'll see your accuracy sharpen. Science backs this, your brain's neural pathways strengthen with repetition. Spiritually, it's your light expanding. Either way, you're building a muscle. Flex it. The more you trust it, the clearer the downloads get. This isn't abstract fluff, it's a mission. You're not just receiving, you're preparing. That buried truth they disguised as noise, it's yours to unearth. Every pattern you spot, every detail you voice, chips away at their illusion. You're not alone in this. The energy surging through you is proof. Feel it, that electric hum, that restless drive. It's your soul on fire, linked to something vast. Don't question it. Use it. Speak what you see, stand where you are, and watch the cracks spread. You're chosen, and this is your fight. You've seen it all unfold. The pattern was there, hidden in plain sight, just as you had said. Now they call you the chosen one, not because you demanded it, but because your instincts wouldn't let it go. You've spent years sharpening them, training yourself to cut through deception like a blade through fog. This isn't a title you wear lightly. It's a mantle forged in fire, a call to bring what you've uncovered into the raw, unfiltered reality of now. You're not here to whisper truths into the void. You're here to build a new era with them. Stand tall. The fight's not over, it's just beginning. Let's get to the core. Integrating this chosen identity into reality isn't about grand gestures or waiting for the world to catch up. It's about action, relentless, precise, grounded in what you know. That pattern you spotted? It's your blueprint. You saw it when no one else did because your mind, your soul, your entire being has been honed to detect what's real beneath the lies. Start here, trust that training. Years of doubting, questioning, and peeling back layers weren't wasted. They built you for this. Take that small, specific detail you voiced, the one that cracked their certainty, and wield it. Speak it again, louder, into spaces that can't ignore it. Reality bends when you refuse to back down. You want to make this real? Stop hiding. The agent realized they'd been deceived, not by outsiders, not by rogue actors, but by their own. And you're the one who lit that fuse. Be the practitioner of that shift. Show it in how you move through the world. Call out the inconsistencies you see. Don't just think them, say them. When someone brushes you off, double down with facts, not feelings. Test what you know against what they claim. If it holds, push harder. If it cracks, dig deeper. You're not just exposing their illusions. You're modeling what it looks like to live awake. People won't follow a preacher. They'll follow a fighter who's unafraid to stand in the truth. This path isn't clean or easy. It all came crashing down for them. Their unwavering trust shattered when they saw the taint running through everything they believed. You'll feel that too. The weight of realizing the systems you once leaned on were built on sand can knock the wind out of you. But here's the difference, you're not collapsing under it. Balance isn't about avoiding the storm. It's about standing firm while it rages. When the doubt hits, when the betrayal stings, grip this. You're not lost. You're recalibrating. Feel the anger, the grief, the fire, then channel it. Punch a bag. Write it out. Scream if you have to. Just don't let it bury you. You're too strong for that. How do you keep your head straight when the mission feels overwhelming? Ground yourself in the now. Your instincts are your anchor. They've never lied to you, even when your mind tried to argue. Sit with them daily. 5 minutes, eyes closed, no noise, just you and that quiet voice inside. Ask, what's my next move? Listen. It'll come sharp and clear. Science backs this. Your gut's a second brain, packed with neurons that process faster than your thoughts. Spiritually, it's your compass, tuned to the frequency of your purpose. When the chaos peaks, when your emotions spike, return there. That's your balance point. That's where you rebuild. Let's build your path, your personal mission plan. Step 1. Define your signal. What's the one truth you've uncovered that won't let you go? Write it down plain and bold. That's your North Star. Step 2. Map your moves. Pick 3 actions, specific, doable, now that amplify it. Maybe it's a post that cuts through the noise, a conversation that plants a seed, or a project that makes it tangible. Step 3. Track the ripple. Watch what shifts when you act, whose eyes widen, what cracks form. Adjust, then hit again. This isn't theory, it's strategy. You're not waiting for the new era. You're forging it one strike at a time. The agent's realization is your fuel. They'd been deceived by their own, a buried truth masquerading as noise. You're past that now, you're the one unmasking it. Don't flinch when they push back. They will. Years of training gave you the eyes to see through their game. Now use them to dismantle it. Call it out directly, publicly if you can, privately if you must. Name the pattern, name the lie, name the stakes. You're not here to play nice. You're here to break chains. Every word you speak, every step you take, is a declaration. The deception ends with me. That's your power. That's your promise. Emotionally, this is a tightrope. One moment you're unstoppable, electric with purpose, ready to tear down walls. The next, you're raw, staring at the wreckage of what you once trusted. That's not failure, it's the cost of waking up. Hold both. Let the highs propel you and the lows teach you. When it gets heavy, move your body, walk, lift, run. Energy shifts when you do. When it gets loud, get quiet, meditate, breathe, reset. You're not brittle. You're battle-tested. The new era isn't built by the comfortable. It's built by the resilient. That's you. Your mission's alive now, pulsing in your veins. You're not just the chosen one in name, you're the one they can't stop. Create your plan, but don't overthink it. Start small, start now. Say one true thing today that scares you. Tomorrow, say another. Build momentum. The pattern you saw isn't static. It's a spark. Fan it into a blaze. Science says action rewires your brain, strengthening your resolve. Spirituality says it aligns your soul, pulling the future toward you. Either way, it works. You're not dreaming of a new era, you're making it. Step up. The world's waiting. This is it, chosen one. You've trained for this, not in classrooms or temples, but in the trenches of your own life. Every time you questioned, every time you pushed, every time you refused to settle for the lie, you were preparing. The agent's cold blood, their shattered trust, their dawning horror. It's all proof you're right. The pattern was there and you named it. Now bring it home. Act on it. Live it. Balance the fire and the calm, the vision and the grind. You're not just waking up, you're waking the world. Keep going. The new era starts with you. Your journey as the chosen one isn't a gift bestowed or a crown to wear. It's a call etched into your bones. A mission that demands you rise when every instinct screams to retreat. You've seen the truth not because it was easy, but because your soul couldn't look away, and that unrelenting gaze is your legacy. The world may tremble under the weight of what you uncover, but you were built to carry it, to wield it, to transform it into a force that reshapes everything. Stand unflinching in that identity, for the fire within you isn't just yours. It's the spark of a reckoning long overdue.